Welcome everyone. Today I have got 3 trees around books to share with you, and Jane Betteridge's latest painting abstract nature on canvas book. So I'm going to start with the tree, and this one is by Steve Marsh. And the book actually transforms into a work of art. Now, I got this from a National Trust property. It was, I think it was Ickworth House in Suffolk. There we go. It cost me £20. But if you can see, you press around each tree and then discard the excess card around the edge, and then you can have it looking like the picture on the right there, just here, with all of the foliage sticking out the top. I haven't done that, so I might need to come down a little bit for this book, maybe. There we go. Let's do it like that and try not to get too much of a shadow. I've got the sun coming through the window this morning. So we've got a little introduction, and then we have got different types of trees with beautiful illustrations here. Orange tree, the Cecil oak, the southern magnolia, sugar maple. But you can just see that these, if you like doing botanical pictures, or you just want to know what it is that you are drawing when you're out and about, if you take a photograph, you could then refer to this book when you got home. I'm not sure that it would be one to take out and about, because it's a little bit too heavy and chunky. Silver maple, so pretty. We've got those lovely berries over here. White beam. Oh, star anise. So yes, if you like your botanics, then I'm not doing every single page, but as you can see, they are beautiful drawings for you to be able to. I'll just bring this one up a bit closer. You can see how lovely they are. You can even see the edges on those leaves and the detail on the flowers. Bird cherry, how lovely. Europe and Northern Asia. Make sure I'm still in shot. So yes, this is a rather beautiful book. It's quite chunky, but it is lovely. And if you like trees, and I love trees, then this might be something that you might want to see if you could grab hold of. Moving on, we've got an even chunkier book. Okay, so that one is very chunky and thick and heavy. I'm going to have to pull up for this one. So let's pull up a bit so that we can get that in. It's the Domino Illustrated Trees of Britain and Europe by David Moore and John White. And you can see just from the cover, you've got some beautiful pictures in here. Now this one really, it's like a tree Bible. You can see you have got wonderful illustrations, and then if I bring it up, if it will focus, it will give you more information about where these come from. So this one, I mean, it even gives you, this is the big cone pine, and even look at that picture of the bark. Isn't that wonderful? This is an American tree. Oh, pitch pine. Oh, there you go. It's called pitch pine in America. So, and I like the fact that can you see this little horse down here? It kind of shows you the height, which is rather lovely. But yes, you've got all these beautiful pictures of bark and leaves, and then what the tree looks like, and your information as well. So it is much more of a Bible type book, I would call it, or a dictionary. Oh wow, there we go, look at all of that. They really are special pictures. So yes, this is glorious. Lovely to practice drawing your trees with. Lovely to get some ideas of different shaped and coloured leaves and berries, and even patterns within the bark, depending on what kind of artwork or picture that you're doing. But I think this is rather lovely. It doesn't say how much this one was. I do think this one was a bit more costly. So there, The Illustrated Trees of Britain and Europe by David Moore and John White. Next up, something quite different. Something more simplified. So this is 20 ways to draw a tree and 44 other nifty things from nature. And it says it's a sketchbook for artists, designers and doodlers. So this has got a contents page. Let's see if I can bring that up a little bit so you can see some of the contents there. So it is covering quite a lot of things. So let's just have a little look. It does tell you how to use the book. There are 20 drawings for each theme in the book. Some are very simple, some are more complex, some are realistic, while others are reduced to their most basic geometric elements. So, and in actual fact, you've got space to practice yourself. So this is the mushrooms page, and I know Aliona of Aliona Creates has been doing a lot of fungi and mushrooms. So if you like her YouTube channel, which I gave the link to on my last, I think it was my last video, yes, you might like this book. So yes, you've got space to draw the mushrooms. Then we've got birds. So for each one you've got a practice page. In fact, these are very kind of folksy, folk art, would you call it, some of these? So some of these remind me of the kind of thing that perhaps Natasha Newton might do on her YouTube channel. Then we've got stemmed flowers, we've got ferns, pine cones, different leaves, acorns, snowflakes, berries, herbs, snails, they're cute, feathers. We've got some winter trees, some daisies, Oh, the owls are very cute. Look at some of these cute owls. So a lovely way to get some ideas. And I like the fact that they are all different sizes as well. So even clouds, apples, grasses, tree seeds, eggs. I'm not going to do them all. We've got logs, stars, fossils, blossoms. Here's some dragonflies, some tulips. As I said, I am skipping pages. It's just to give you an idea. But I think, you know, if you are stuck and you don't know how to draw something, maybe you're wanting a dandelion to be the main element of a very loose watercolour, then you could decide what design you might like to use. So yes, I think that's quite a handy little book, and I don't think that cost very much. £12.99. There you go, £12.99, and it's by Eloise Renouf. 20 Ways to Draw a Tree. So that's that one. And then the final one that I'm going to share with you today, because I've only got time for a very short video today, is called Painting Abstract Nature on Canvas. It's by Jane Betteridge. I love Jane Betteridge. I've got all of her previous books. And in here we've got a little contents page, which is, there we go, getting started, first steps into abstraction, texture, colour, deeper into abstraction, shape and line, and an afterword, and there are some step-by-step paintings in here. So if you know that you like Jane Betteridge, obviously this is about the canvases, preparing them for watercolour if you're not using acrylics. Got a bit about brushes and other materials. Oh, look at that. That's just lovely. That's called Mystical Woodland. What is abstract art? Oh, no, I just adore that. Last of the Sun. I haven't really looked through this properly myself yet. So objects as a starting point, or a location as a starting point, or even a technique as a starting point. So any of those could be your inspiration. And then she goes into the object, if it's an object that's your starting point. What if it's a location? And just look at that. I do love Jane's work, very much like I adore Anne Blockley's work as well. So yeah, she talks about making a sample book, a little portable kit, field experiments, then going back into the studio. Oh look, this is obviously her kind of sketchbook. Oh, that's marvellous. Filling your sample book. Seaweed on canvas. Look at that. If I take the shine off, there we go. Movement and energy. Evoking peacefulness and calm. That is wonderful. I must have a go at something similar. In fact, maybe that's what I will do in one of my next videos. Try and do something along these lines. It looks to me as though it's got granulation medium in it, but anyway. So texture, looking at texture, and she shows you some of the materials that she might use to get some texture in, and demonstrating how to do that. Colour, and the dynamics of colour and mood, what to avoid. Yes, that's what we want to avoid, that red and green that go into a sort of a muddy. And look at the friendly colours to ensure vibrancy, the yellow and that purple. Lovely. That is gorgeous. Yellow irises by the canal. Swirling tide. Building texture. Applying paint. Deep into abstract. Semi-realism. Now, I rather like that. Some of my work is quite abstract-y. Maybe it is sometimes more semi-abstract. Mark making, colour choice, using photographs. Simple poppy. Honesty. Oh, I do like honesty. I've got some dried honesty. Maybe I could try one of these. Okay. Striking a balance. Shape and line. Exercise. Working over a textured surface. I mean, these just... don't they just sort of jump out at you? She's very good with her colours, I think. There we go. Oh, look at that. Don't you just want to be there? I mean, I have got sunshine coming through my window today, but I'd still rather be there. Okay, so those are the 4 books that I thought might be of interest to share with you today. I know that I always like to see what books are influencing other artists, and quite often will possibly purchase one of those if it takes my fancy. So I do hope that you also might find these little short videos sharing some of my books, the inspiration that where I might get my inspiration from, sorry. So yes, okay, have a lovely morning, afternoon or evening, and take care.